Let me know if you guys hear me. I haven't done this in a while, but hopefully this runs a little bit better than it usually does. So, have the chat open. I see we're connected. We're live on YouTube. That's good. And Twitch should be coming in sometime as well. I don't think it really matters too much. So, anyhow, how are you guys doing today? I'm trying to switch this up. Sorry, I had to talk and perform at the same time. How are you guys doing today? My name is Codemaster Jamal. And today, if you're tuning in, I'm going to be doing some 3D modeling. I'm going to do a brief review of what I've actually been doing live in terms of game development. And that's the reason why I have my Trello board up. As you can see, we're working on my game Virtual Monsters again. And I figure I wanted to do this in a new location. I'm still currently at my mother's house. I have to wait until mid-June to try moving again. And well, it's not that bad. It's like it's not the end of the world or anything like that. So it's no real problem. So until then, I'm going to try to give some new content and make some new videos for the net to, I guess, keep people satisfied while I'm gone, because eventually I do have to take breaks from things and I need to get into doing different kinds of things. So all of it's really related to game development. So yeah, that's about it. Just trying to improve for the future. So like we've been working on a character creation system, and where we're at now, I didn't show you guys this live. I probably should have, but I'll make an in-depth tutorial probably some other time later. Once I move to my other place where I can do things in greater production, I'll have more private time, and I can set up my house or at least certain parts of it to shoot videos and stuff like that, and that'll be pretty nice. So that's going to be happening pretty soon. But for now, you guys have to get the kind of the bootleg Codemaster Jamal. So bear with me. So anyhow, we were working on a character creation system, and we've done a pretty great deal of things. The only thing we don't have right now is literally the options to change different parts of the character model. We have the UI set up, we have instancing the character set up. We can always refactor that code, of course, if you've been watching my live streams. For a few weeks, I actually made them unlisted for a while, but I decided to put them back up. Who knows, maybe someone in the future might actually want to watch one of these and try to learn something from it. But today, you guys are going to see how I'm going to be doing some 3D modeling, but you guys are going to see how I'm paying attention to the chat as well. I also haven't live streamed in a long time, so I don't really expect anyone to show up right now. There isn't a live stream on Facebook. I'm going to wait till I actually get the Codemaster Jamal Facebook group. That'll be the next thing I try to do for these like lessons, I guess. So just trying to help people out, document my experience. Maybe someone will learn something. So basically, I have to actually create all the different types of hairs and then a few different hair textures. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use code to actually change the color of the material. So we actually won't have to worry about making different colors for different things. And I think that's actually how a lot of things in the game are going to be controlled for the most part. So, yeah, we're gonna try that. I mean, I might actually texture paint certain things on the character model, like the clothes and stuff like that, and I believe the skin. But things like hair, eyes, I'm also going to be texture painting that as well. You see here, eyebrows. Obviously, I have to texture paint. I'm not too sure about including different eye styles now, but that'll be another thing. And then you can do different skins. You can also be the color blue, orange, and there'll be like crazy things you can do in terms of customization. In terms of actual 3D modeling, which is what I'm going to show you guys right now. Go here to Blender. Oh, I didn't load my character, of course, but we have it here. As you guys can see, I've actually done quite a bit of 3D modeling for this character already. I wish I could have shown this to you guys live, but things happen, and people go through personal things, and I wasn't able to document it. And I think the real reason for that is because deep down, there's a part of me that doesn't like 3D modeling, and I'll be honest about that. And that's the thing about that. It's that even if you have the dream job, and I explain this to everyone, I explain this to a lot of people, that even if you have your dream job, you're gonna like it 70% of the time, and 30% of the time you're just not gonna like it. And that was probably like the 30%. Like I didn't like it. It was just getting stressful to me for some reason, and I just wanted to take a break from it because I felt like I did a lot of things in such a short period of time. It was a great hustle to have. I was working really really hard, diligently on something, but I just needed to take a break from it in order to get back to it again. At least start off fresh and not so under stress and pressure to complete things. Because I have this thing where I don't complete a lot of things, I guess, or at least I feel that way. I've completed things, obviously, but certain goals in life that I've wanted, I guess, like this is a dream. This is a game that I've wanted to build for a very long time, and basically, I feel like I'll never complete it if I don't consistently work on it. But consistently working on it is like kind of burning me out a little bit. So like I have to realize that I'm a human being, and like we need to take breaks and rest. Just it's natural to go take a break from something. I mean, and I don't want to mimic people that I guess smoke cigarettes because I used to work in a restaurant, but like I kind of understand, not that I smoke necessarily, and I'm also not trying to promote cigarette use whatsoever, but I remember working in restaurants, and people used to go back out back and smoke cigarettes, and I kind of understand why people do that now, because it's not. And the people that used to smoke the most cigarettes, I swear they were like the hardest workers. So don't get me wrong, it wasn't that they were necessarily lazy or they were trying to just escape their job or they hated their job or anything like that. They were all really, really hardworking people. Like they hustled harder than anyone else. But sometimes you just need breaks from things, and you just need to take your mind off something in order to put it back into focus later. And that's why I think that the really important part about game development is having a sort of work-life balance type of thing. And it's like really, it's really important to take breaks from things, especially if you do plan on doing it like indie, like by yourself, independent. I see we have one viewer. Please don't be shy. Say something in the chat. It'll probably take you about a good minute to respond, so I'm gonna wait for that. So yeah, it's gonna take about a minute for that person to hear that. Sorry, got distracted, but I think I made my point as well, and I need to get on to other things. I was obviously ranting earlier, but I was trying to make a point, that it's good to have a balance in life. Life is about balance. You can't have too much of something, because after a while it does overload you. Like you can't have, like, obviously I'm not trying to pick on people with like eating disorders or anything like that, but people that are like diabetic can't have a lot of sugar because it's bad for them, right? So like, but everyone likes sweet things, like you can't blame them. People like ice cream, people like cake. You just can't eat it all the time because it has a lot of sugar and it's bad for you. You'll end up developing a lot of health problems. But too much of anything is bad for you. Too much protein is bad for you, for people that are healthy, but they consume too much protein, and too much of anything is still bad. So like you have to mix it up or blend it with something else in order to balance it out. So it's like, I think that's the important part about like having a work-life schedule. And at least when you are a developer, at least if you're pursuing, even if you're not pursuing game development, let's say you're pursuing, I don't know, being a lawyer or a doctor or a nurse or whatever it is you're pursuing in life, you need to be able to balance what you're passionate about, like what drives you, and like what you like doing the most. You have to balance it out with things that unfortunately you probably don't even like doing sometimes, but sometimes you just have to do it. And being able to balance those two things out, I think that's what's like more important than anything else when you are like balancing, like at least when you're working on games or working on whatever it is. It is creative, non-creative, blue collar, white collar, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, now that we've discussed that, I just want to take a look at something really quick. I forget which modifier that one is. Okay, that one's the mirror. That one is... Which one is this one? It's like a square with a circle inside of it. I forget what some of these modifiers were that I was using. I haven't done Blender in a long time, so you guys are actually going to see me make a lot of mistakes. And I guess what I want to do right now is just dive right into like actually developing this game. I've talked long enough. I want to treat this as like talk radio, I guess. What's this one called? I was hoping to get some information from it. No. Oh, subdivision surface. Okay. So we have a mirror modifier, subdivision surface, and then this last modifier is... I wanted to add smoothness to it. Shrink wrap. Okay. I remember now. Okay, cool. Alright, I just had to do that really quick to remember what exact modifiers I was doing on all these. On certain parts of these, like this one here, I already applied the modifiers, which I actually wish I didn't, because now I'm not too sure about adding like the smoothness to it. I think it actually looks better without the smoothness, but let's see. See something? Take it off. There's a smoothness only. I thought this modifier actually modified the let me try adding this in edit mode. Nah, it doesn't actually modify the vertices, and that's what I wanted it to do. Because there's just certain parts of certain models that I wish the topology was a little straighter than what it was, but after applying the shrink wrap, it distorts it a little bit. So there are certain cases where it's probably better to use a smoothness. Like I think it's better on this here, on the at least the upper body use the smoothness, than it would be. Let's see on the pants. Did I try smoothness on the shoes yet or no? Let's see. Is that better or worse? There's slight difference. Slight difference. I'm not too sure about adding it on there, but at least the shoes or the glove. I already tested on the gloves. It doesn't. It just makes it the gloves too small, and it's definitely not too well. Let's see about this. These glasses were made different than everything else. That's why I'm gonna do like in-depth tutorials on things. Smooth. This is not bad. Let's see something. Let's change the topology. Actually, that doesn't. Oh no, right there would be pretty bad. Actually, so no. No smoothness on the shorts, because then you'd see the legs kind of stick through a little bit. One thing I wish it did was mess around with the topology a little bit. Doesn't mess with it. Doesn't really change it much in edit mode. So let me see something. No, same. Doesn't mess with anything. Okay. Not too sure where I'm gonna apply that, but for now I'm just gonna take it off. I guess in my last decision, I'll figure out what I want to do with it exactly. I actually have all the different pieces for how I want the characters to look in the real world. And now that I think about it, there's something else I want to show you guys before I actually go into more things. Say what's up, person watching. Okay, well, people are here to learn, Jamal. They're probably watching. Okay, so as I was gonna go on about this, basically, what I'm what I'm basically trying to say is that I've already done how all the clothes for how the character is gonna look in the real world, and what I have to do is all the clothes for how the character is gonna look in the virtual world, which has kind of a different concept to it. Obviously, modeling clothes for the real world is actually pretty easy because it's based off of real world examples. But modeling for, let's say, the virtual world is a little bit harder because I don't actually have any references on how it looks. At least not entirely. I do have references, but not entirely. Oh, let's take that off. Think this all looks better on shirts. Take that off. Make sure nothing's on. I think we can keep the glasses on for now. Well, we might use those gloves as references, but we need to take off the shorts, and we need to take off sneakers and the tank top. Let's see something. No, that's about it for now. The glasses, I guess they can stay for now. But basically, let me show you guys my image board that I kind of created. Okay, so basically this is the overall concept that I wanted to have for virtual monsters, where there's kind of this real world place that exists, and then there's a virtual world they can go to. And alternatively, what the concept was that when you go to the virtual world, you have a completely different costume, and from here you could use things like system protocols and stuff like that, at least in the virtual world. So basically, when they go to the virtual world, it's kind of like what happened in Digimon Adventure Season 2, where you see Davis, Yoli, and Cody. They have a changing costume anytime they travel to the digital world. So I kind of wanted the exact same thing, but overall, in terms of at least costume design, I didn't want to go. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Like, I always thought this flame jacket was kind of cool. I'll be honest. So I wanted to do something like that, but overall, it's not what I wanted to be in the game. What I wanted was something that looked a little bit more sci-fi. So, as you guys know, Mega Man Battle Network is a huge influence on me, not just as a game developer, but like overall as a person. I really like science. I'm really into like robots, and just technology is amazing. So anything science fiction related, I like it the most. But overall, I'm going to be taking kind of some of these concepts here from Mega Man Battle Network, where they have, it's basically like the skin suit. They have like boots, gloves, and then they have these shoulder pieces. A piece on the front of the chest, which is basically meant to have like an emblem there. That's just meant to represent who the character is. And they have this sort of like backpack thing. I noticed not all net navies have that same. Well, no, I guess in Gutsman's case, we have that same kind of backpack thing. So that might be a concept that can stay, actually. But then they all have kind of this helmet. Now, I'm not going to make helmets mandatory because there's going to be a lot of different hairstyles. So like that won't be like a mandatory thing. But pretty much in the virtual world, like you can choose to have a helmet, you can choose not to have a helmet. There's different head pieces basically you can customize, and but for the most part, everyone has kind of a similar, I guess, theme going on. Like I'm really into things like Tron. This is just some Google images I took from a Google image search. This is someone's cosplay, but this is actually from the movie Tron. and like kind of how they exist in this virtual world, and they have this like these pieces of, I guess, equipment, or this skin like suit that kind of lights up and it glows in the dark and things like that. I kind of wanted a similar concept. These are two more cosplayers I found on the internet. I don't know their names, but if you do know them, drop them in the comments and credit them. I wouldn't be able to do this without their contribution. So same thing for this guy. I don't know who he is, but these are two actors. I'm not even entirely sure if I can show this much during the live stream, because Tron is a very copyrighted game, not game, but movie. Disney doesn't allow too much about it like being shown, so I'm not even sure if I can do that. But let's go ahead and just delete that. I mean, those cosplayers probably don't mind me showing their stuff. But okay, and this is role, obviously, because there's going to be a male and female character. I have to figure out how things are going to work for the females. And what I know is about at least role in her case, there aren't that many female net navies. Now that I think about it, she doesn't have shoulder pads like Mega Man, and even though Gutsman, I guess those aren't really shoulder pads, but like there's something for the shoulders. Like, I guess for the males, it's more like an armor that they're wearing, versus the girls, where it's more of a fashion statement, I guess, maybe. I don't know. But basically, I would have to kind of copy both of these patterns. And I noticed she also has an emblem on her chest as well, which also is used to identify who the character is. You see Gutsman has this emblem here. But basically, their overall design is this sort of like skin body-like suit with a pair of boots, gloves, and an emblem on the chest, something on the back, and some shoulder pieces, along with maybe a helmet. I'll try to design a helmet. Perhaps designing helmets might be a little bit more difficult than I originally thought. Headpieces are actually a little tough to make. There's actually a few hats I could make, for like real world hats I can make for the model. I could do that this video, but for the most part, I'm just talking and throwing out concepts and stuff like that. You're gonna see me do some 3D modeling. That's the point of this video. That's why I called it that. So don't worry about that. I've been at it for about 20 minutes. My mother stepped out to the grocery store, so when she comes back, I have to kind of forfeit my rights to the room. So, because I can't be sharing a room with my brother, say that much. Yeah, so we're just going to get rid of some of these concepts, but overall, we're going to have something similar to this here as the final product for the character. But for now, let's actually go back to 3D modeling really quick. And I'm going to try to do like a hat. So, I guess we'll do that one and that one. That one. Or should be that one. Can't remember the difference with those. Like, these are glasses. These are shades. They're a little bit different. Showing some things. And the gloves are optional. But I believe once everything's texture painted, it'll look a little bit different. But I was kind of leaving them there because I'm going to need them as reference later on. So, because for the Mega Man ones, I just had to do pretty much the gloves, the boots, the chest piece, and then something on the back, the stick there. And then maybe like a few different combinations for helmets, but also shoulder pads and stuff like that, which will be a lot easier than what people think. So, okay, 3D modeling for this thing. Let's make sure we're outside in object mode. And I'm gonna try to do, why did I do that? Is it an icosphere? That's about right there. Grab it, G-axis, See, scale it down. Okay, good. Make sure people are watching. Going back to the chat. See, no one's left a message, but at least someone's watching, and that's good. Now let's go scale it down some more. And I really don't know how to make a hat necessarily, but I'm just kind of winging it at this point. I'm gonna try something. If it doesn't work out, hey, we'll think of something else again. Forgetting how some of the controls in 2.9 work again. B for box. Oh wait a minute. Let's deselect everything, then go B for box select. All of those. It's uneven. B for box select. Oh, actually, think about it. I mean, I know there's probably an easier way to do this, but just kind of want to get this done. Yeah, we're on face select. Probably should have did it on vertice select, but who cares? Just know, when you're watching Codemaster Jamal, there's always a faster and more efficient way of doing something. And I'm just gonna go delete faces. And that's kind of what I want. Okay, so go to edge, select. I'm trying to think. Maybe if I could, let me see something. If I can set this row. Okay. Should I grab the right ones? Actually, what I should have did was this here. Should add a mirror modifier. Hold on a second. Actually, let's go here, deselect everything. Select half of it. Try to delete faces. Enable clipping. It's obviously gonna be some issues there. It's not like a perfect mirror. Hold on a second. Gotta start all over. Alright. Hold on a second. Maybe what my actual problem is this here. So I'm using the wrong kind of spear. Instead of like try UV spear. Instead of an ICO spear, I tried a UV spear. Let's try to do this. Hopefully there's better subdivisions. At least that's what I'm learning about. So we got 2 watchers. That's what's up. Say hello in the chat if you're there. I know it takes about a minute for my questions to get to, but thanks for stopping by. Leave a like, comment. There we go. So I wasn't subdividing perfectly. See, the lines are a lot better on this one. So this one. I guess what I gotta do is deselect everything. Edit mode, deselect everything. Box select. Select. Actually, hold on a second. Grab, it would be X. X-axis just a little bit. Deselect everything, box select. So I'm trying to put it like in the center. That pivot point in the center of the face. And deletes half of it just like that. We go here to our mirror. Only problem is, go back to solid mode. Oh, flipping. Okay. Off from the pivot. Grab G. X. Grab. Oh man, I am looking terrible today. Grab this X-axis. Grab X-axis. Tighten up right there. Okay, there we go. You know, I know deep down I probably messed up something somewhere down the line. So once again, try again. Let's try this here. One more time. I guess what I have to do is line up the, I guess I gotta line up, okay, we're in object mode. I gotta do this while in object mode. Front view. I guess the center of the icosphere is relatively in the center of the head, which is where you need it to be, and we have to cut it in 3 ways. So I'm gonna go here to the front, and then deselect everything, box select, and I basically want to delete all of this here. So I selected half of it right down the middle. You can see right there. Delete faces. Oh, wait a second. I think I see an issue here. Okay, so when I was selecting, I guess it wasn't clicking that part of the head, and that's what happened. So we can just go here, delete all those faces, mirror, and it works perfectly. There we go. We got that done. Okay, so now we'll go here to wireframe mode, box select, Press that there. We go here. We go box select. All of this here. And we're just gonna delete only the faces. It repeats it on the modifier. And then this is actually the back of the head. So, but then I can technically go here, solid frame. I technically should be able to select all of these here. And of course, it doesn't select it that way I want it to. But basically, I just want to select this entire row here. And or probably not that entire row. Probably what I actually got to do. So outside of edit mode, wireframe. Still gotta make this small enough for the head now. Scale. And the one again. Solid mode. I guess. Get closer to the head. Worst part is I can't do like shrinkage. Go here again, scale it down even more. Okay, that's probably closest I'm gonna get that hat. I guess what it is will be something along these lines here. No, not like that. No, definitely not like that. Okay, so okay, so I guess it would be perhaps just select all this here. Might deselect one row. Yeah. Won't be needing this row here. Because the thing about topology is that everything has to be even. Everything has to be even. Like the more even it is, the more smooth it comes out. And that's basically what I've been learning from watching other people. Let's see, it's probably this one row back here. It's probably not this row necessarily either. So that there, that's the side of the hat that kind of curves in. So let's see, I should be able to go G. Oh, probably. No, let's not do that. Let's go scale. X-axis. No, that's not what we're looking for. Grab X-axis. Something similar to that. Okay. So basically, I just kind of gotta bring it in myself. So. Do by these 4 rows here. You just grab X-axis, bring it in just a little bit, or maybe it's actually the back of the head that needs to come in. G, Y. Hey, getting closer to the head. G, Y. man. Let's try some modifiers really quick. Do I want to do a subdivision surface? Subdivision surface. Nah. Actually, won't be doing that. Not yet. Object. Shade smooth. Should be able to go back here. I'm gonna add some smoothness to it. Oh man. So I guess what I could do for the part of it that comes out is like make a loop cut right here, and then I just end up selecting these faces. And then we extrude something Y, where is it X? Maybe it's Z. It's X, it's Y, maybe it's Z. That would be basically the hat. So I was going for something like that. Let's see something. Go here and delete this face. And man. Oh, wow. I didn't enable clipping on this modifier, so when I extruded it out, clipping. See something? Yeah, that's why. Okay, I forgot to put that back on. But if you extrude that out, we basically have this hat. We kinda have this hat. I obviously need to work on some things a little bit more. Rotate. Trying to give the player a fitted cap. use this edge here to rotate and grab that edge on the x-axis. And there we go. Now it should be a bit more even. There we go. It's good. And boom, we have some kind of fitted cap. Some kind of fitted cap. Doesn't look too great. It's getting there. Back of the head. Gotta figure out. I see something. What I need to do actually is look at a reference of an actual fitted cap really quick. An actual person. I guess the back of it actually, I'm actually doing it backwards technically. also doing this backwards, which could also be a problem because I should be trying to do it from the top of the head. So yeah, so that's where I messed up. So I'm doing the back of the cap. I'm doing it as if it was a backwards cap, but like what I should have been doing was trying to do the front of it actually. But hold on, technically we can rotate this on the Z-axis 90 degrees, 180 degrees, and there we go. Perhaps on G, you can move it up just a little bit, like right there. So this back part here is actually what's supposed to be loose. So I guess helmets, probably making helmets would be of a similar fashion. And yeah. Trying to think of something. For now, I'm just gonna go ahead and save that. See this here. I'm gonna rename this to front fitted, because essentially if we want to do, we can basically do I'm gonna basically clone this cap. I mean, it's gonna get cloned a bunch of times regardless, but I'm gonna basically clone this cap after I've done the UV mapping, and I'm just gonna rotate it on, I'm just gonna rotate it by negative 180 degrees on the Z-axis again, and basically that'll be the difference between like a front fitted and a backwards fitted. It would be the exact same model, just depending on how the character wears it. So alright, now just gotta figure out how this thing here is supposed to wrap around the head better. Okay, there we go. I guess what I'm gonna do is kind of scale it down. Perhaps not that front part as much. Scale it in. No, maybe not. Grab x-axis. Okay, I get what to do with the hat now. And I think if I apply a shrink wrap to this face, yeah, it's gonna look terrible. Yeah, it's just gonna look terrible. So that's why I can't do that like how I did with these. So So leave that like that. I guess bring it closer. Kind of looking like a Super Mario hat, but it looks like less of a hat now. It'll work itself out. Try to get this as close as possible to the head. It's actually maybe not all of them. Yeah, it's got to be like an easier way to make a hat than this, but yeah, it's not that bad. It just takes a little bit of time. finally. I think I can do the exact same thing with the rest of the hat, and I think that'll give it more of a more like textured appeal, because really it's only this front of the hat that's flat like this, so all the rest of the pieces of the hat need to be close to the head. Probably like Shift C, probably like, you know, all this other stuff here. I think I just demolished this thing. Oh no, I'm gonna keep going. Well, sounds like my mom is back, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here for now. So without further ado, if you like the video, I didn't really see any. Oh, sorry. It says Keek T Mac a little ha nice eyes. I don't really know what that's about. But maybe another troll. Who knows? Yeah. So anyhow, uh there's so much more I can do for this hat. Obviously, it's looking pretty terrible right now, but it's looking pretty bad right now. I wonder how far back I can go. Actually, from it's the furthest back I can go. That's bad. So, well, worst case scenario, I know how to make it again. It's just getting the hat to be, well, no, it's come together somewhere along the lines. I wish how this vertex here got bent to where I can like this vertex here got bent. So it's like rotate. Fortunately, recreating this is actually fairly easy, but I think I'm getting the hang of it a little bit. There's some parts of it where I might recreate this and then give it another go some other time. But for now, I'm just gonna end this stream. Everyone, thank you for stopping by. If you stopped by, if you left a like, any attempts at trolling in the future will be blocked. Just stating that for now. I really want this to be a clean, fun environment where people respect each other, and we can all be the best of friends. Honestly, for now, I think I'm gonna pretty much end the stream, and just thanks for stopping by. This is Codemaster Jamal. If you liked everything, just leave a like and subscribe. Till next time, keep making games. Till next time.